Greetings from South Dakota. It's late. I'm tired. I had some drinks. I rode my motorcycle, replaced the chain, did some other stuff. So I'm kind of tired. It was all sunny and hot and humid today, so I'm about to go to bed. But then I go on the internet and read this article about the baby boomers. Oh my God! Like I had to prepare for retirement. Like, oh, it just snuck up on me. So let me explain something to the younger people. I'm not even going to bother explaining to the older people because it's too late for them. I can't help them. I can't. And so let me explain it this way. I have online classes I teach. One I'm very proud of. It's the analysis and valuation of stocks. Admittedly, it's a very narrow niche. Like, unless you're really interested in stocks, this wouldn't be of interest to you. But truthfully, it's some of my finest work. I probably put in the top 5 pieces of work I've ever done. But that wasn't palatable. It wasn't not palatable. People liked it, and they said, we'll run with it. But they originally wanted me, and I was 24 when I put this together. They wanted me to put together a basic introductory course on investing and retirement planning, which makes sense because that's more people need that. That has a larger market, so it's more marketable, I understand. But here's the problem that I face. I can't help people who come to me at the age of 59 saying, well, I decided to figure out what this retirement planning stuff was about. I can't help you. It's too late. It's like being on the Titanic. And once the iceberg hit, said, oh, I'd like to think about lifeboats. It's too late. So to do some kind of good, to help some people, we have a mutually advantageous opportunity here. Let's put it that way. For you younger people, don't wait until you're 50 or hell, you know what? Don't wait until you're 40 to take a retirement planning class. This is shit you got to do when you graduate from college or when you're in your early 20s. Retirement planning starts now. Okay? And if you're going to wait and postpone and you're going to, well, I'm going to travel. I like to travel. And because it's a hobby, I like to travel. And then you go live your life. And then you don't give 2 cents worth of consideration to like saving up for retirement. Well, let's mathematically think about this, okay? In the United States, you're presumed to retire at 65, which is complete bullshit because the original retirement age was set past the average life expectancy of the average human being back in 1935 under FDR, if I recall it correctly, which I do because I know this. Well, the life expectancy for men is like 79 and women it's 82. It's probably even more than that because that's about almost 8-9 years old as it is. So I'm sure maybe tack on a year to that. You're and a lot of you are going to live beyond that. So let me get this right. You're going to wait until you're about to retire or you're already retired to start studying retirement planning to account for what could very likely be 20 years of life, a quarter of your life. And you're going to wait until that first year that you need all the money to be paid for and not work to start figuring out how you're going to retire. It doesn't make any sense. I have a hard time explaining it because it doesn't make any sense. To save up enough money to pay for essentially a quarter of your life when you're not working, that means you got to start the day you start working. You got to start banking money for that. Now, very simple common sense things can achieve that. Do some mathematical calculations. I need X number of dollars to live in today's, don't worry about inflation. I need X number of dollars per year to live. I should bank away, prorated over the course of your working life. Estimate your life expectancy, what year you'd like to retire. Boom, I have 15 years until my estimated death. I need X number of dollars. And right there you'd be doing more than the average person ever did in terms of retirement planning. But what I get a kick out of is people that come to me when they're already nearing retirement age, if not retired themselves, saying, oh, no, I should start planning for retirement. It's too late. It's too, and you know what? Hey, file your complaints. You don't like that. You don't like. You know what? Then you don't like gravity. Then you don't like the fact that water's wet. You don't like that. I don't know, other facts of life. You don't like Newtonian physics. I can't help you. And the fact that I'm telling you the truth means I'm more caring and compassionate than anybody else. But while I'm here on this planet and I can do some good, maybe I can help out you younger kids, people who still have hope and a shot at life, okay? Your time to start planning for retirement is now. Now, some of you, I admit, I've written about this before, if you're poor enough, you don't have the luxury of worrying about retirement planning. And if anything, you'll harm yourself. Like if you need food and you start taking away food or shelter or clothing or whatever, you start to starve yourself so you can make your contribution to your 401k. Okay, don't do that. But in general, that will be a passing status. There'll be a passing condition. And you will start to make more money or whatever, unless you decide to be an idiot and start spitting out kids. And then like the person who's 68 and says, well, I'm retired, how do I plan for retirement plan? You're screwed. I can't help you. No one can help you. You're screwed. Get used to it. You're screwed. You're going to be impoverished. And you're going to be at the mercy and the behest of government and the taxpayer. So, welcome to the real world. But for those of you that don't majorly fuck up your life, retirement planning starts now. Now, retirement planning traditionally meant 401ks, IRAs, and things like that. However, given Cyprus, given Argentina, given Bulgaria, given Poland, there's a risk that the government is going to confiscate 401k plans or IRA plans. Or they're going to take them and they're going to nationalize them just like they did Social Security and say, well, we're going to have this new national pension kind of thing. And I don't see how that's unavoidable. I think that's really what's going to happen. And again, if you don't like that, go file your complaint. You told me something I didn't like. And I'm trying to help you, but you can bury your head in your sand all you want. My point is that just what they present to you as a retirement plan does not mean you have to pursue that specific retirement plan. But you do have to plan for retirement. You do have to start saving up a stash of cash in the case that you become incapacitated or you're old and you can't work no more. Now in this regard, I like insurance, but even then you gotta start looking at the insurance companies to see whether or not they got the great finances, they can actually deliver on their promises. They'll offer you annuities, things like that. And the other thing you gotta worry about is whether the government will nationalize those things too. So if you go another extreme, considering all that, you might want to start stashing some silver coins. You might want to start stashing some cash. You might want to start building a collection of something that has intrinsic value. Now, the purpose of this video is not to talk about all the different options that you would have for retirement. Stashing silver, buying guns, having a collection of art, whatever else have you, your 401ks, your IRAs. That's not under the jurisdiction of this video. The purpose of this video is to essentially help those that still can be helped by pointing out you need to prepare for retirement. And once you start having extra money, instead of buying a car you can't afford or crap you don't need, start socking away some of that in an investment. Where I do a spread shot diversified approach. You got an IRA or something, 401k where your employer matches it, go ahead, go with that. I'm also a big fan of investing in some precious metals or something that has intrinsic value. Not all of it, just some, as well as that. Sometimes people say property, all these things could be mooted by the government simply nationalizing things, which it seems that that's the route that it's going to go. But for God's sake, don't become that 59, 60-year-old person that comes up to me later on. Well, I've really dealt with the finances, and I'd like to retire in 3 years, and so I'm here. It's too late. I can't help you. And for those of you that say, here's the thing, guys. For those of you that are in that position, look, don't hate me because of the situation you're in. I can't help you. I'm going to give you the only advice I can. You're going to have to work past retirement. If you don't like that, tough. Again, hate gravity, hate water being wet, hate Newtonian physics, hate that photons are light. I mean, hate the fact that these are goggles. Hate the fact that this is a muscle shirt. Hate the fact I'm actually quite smelly and stinky right now. Don't shoot the messenger, okay? So, you're going to have to work past retirement. That's just what it is. Now, if you want more details, here's the best help I can give all of you. And this isn't a sales pitch, but it really isn't. I have this class called The Analysis and Valuation of Stocks. I'm sorry, no, that's the set. Never mind. You don't want that one. Oh, you might, but that's not the one. The one that most people are going to want is Stocks, Bonds, and Investing. Oh my. Look it up on the internet. You'll find it. It's offered at different places on the interwebs. It is probably, it's a mandatory class. It's one of those classes that everyone should really take. Now keep in mind, it's within the confines of traditional retirement planning. So we talk about things like 401ks, IRAs, stuff like that. But it also instills very important concepts, economic concepts like compounding, money, what is money, the value of money, time, things like that, that if all of a sudden the government decides to start confiscating IRAs, 401ks, or simply rescinding the tax benefits thereof, the lessons learned in this class, I'm not joking, I say this with complete confidence. Unless you're majoring in electrical or petroleum engineering, that one class is going to prove more beneficial than most degrees. So, do yourself a favor. You don't have to take the class, but please start thinking about retirement planning when you're young and start socking away some money or making some kind of measures, getting an insurance policy, long-term care, nursing home insurance, something like that. But then take this class. Now it's pricey. It's like $90 to $120 depending on where you take it, but it's worth it. Okay, we're talking literally like if you do the numbers, you're gonna need about $1.5 million to retire. So, asking for $95 of tuition, that's hoity-toity. A $95 fee to take this class, that's definitely worth your time. And hey, you guys know me. I'm not some cocksucking asshole from the East Coast, Ivy League investment banker, Goldman Sachs douchebag, alright? I'm a normal straight up guy like you, or gal like you, except I'm not a gal. I'm a normal person. So take the class, you'll get the 411, and you won't be let down. The best good I could do for society is to have you young kids take it. I don't mind it when an older person takes it, but it's just like, you know what? 90% of this class no longer applies to you. It's too late. But it's not too late for you people 45 and younger. So take the class if you got the time and you got the cash. As a matter of fact, you got the cash because this class would make you more cash in the future. So that's all I got. Toodles.